Oh, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Night2727, and I wanted to make a video playing some Lego City Undercover. Alright, now Lego City Undercover's been getting a lot of buzz. Wait, I'm sorry, excuse me. Lego City, The Chase Begins. Jeez, too many titles, same thing. Alright, so the game's making a lot of buzz. Now we have the Wii U version, which is Lego City Undercover. And then we have Lego City The Chase Begins, which is the prequel to the Wii U version. It's on the 3DS. Now, this is an open world Lego game. Open world adventure. They're basically saying it's a Lego Grand Theft Auto. Now, I wanted to take a look at it, and I wanted to do some gameplay, so we're just going to fool around. Nothing serious. Not going to do like a mission or anything. I might, but let me tell you a little about this game. Alright, so this has basically been getting a lot of bad scores. Everybody's complaining about it. We have IGN, who gave it, I believe, a 6 out of 10. Their main complaints was the fog. Now, as you see, the fog's right there. It's pretty bad, and things do pop up, but here's the thing. Don't blame the 3DS, because that's a lot of what they're saying, that the 3DS isn't capable of, having such a open world adventure. Now, that doesn't even make sense for them to even say that. This game, if you download it like I did, I have the digital version. I looked it up, it's about 5,000 blocks. This is about the size of Mario Kart. Now, we have games like Monster Hunter, which I downloaded digitally, and that was 14,000 blocks. So, the 3DS, first of all, you can't really bash a game and then claim technical performance unless it went up to 4 gigs. We have games that went up to 4 gigs, Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater for the 3DS. Look at the graphics in it. Like, look how beautiful it is, and it had great frame rate. And then we have Resident Evil Revelations. That was also 4 gigs, and you just see its console-like quality graphics. This is just something simple, The graphics aren't too bad. They fit nice. I think that the actual design on the city and all that isn't bad at all. It's not the best looking game, but it works because this is a game where, more so the kids are going to get it. But I can see maybe that's why. The 3DS version, I think that they didn't think that people would take it as seriously as they did the Wii U version. Now, at least they could have hooked this game up with voice acting. This game doesn't have voice acting outside of the cutscenes. Sometimes you can bump into somebody, they'll say, hey, but there's a little grunts and all that, but actual voice acting throughout the missions is non-existent. It's only text. The Wii U version did have it, and that's what, got all its charm and humor from, and a lot of people aren't going to get, some of the jokes that they do in this game. Now, I understand that part, but you got to understand that it's simply that the Wii U version got more attention, more love than the 3DS version, so this is why we get something different. Now, you can still go around in this open world, you can hijack cars that you just seen. The driving mechanics are pretty simple. There's no Circle Pad Pro. You really don't need it. It's consistent. It's good. It's just not the greatest game. And I feel that IGN just basically bashed the 3DS version, saying that the 3DS can't even handle something like this. Now, I wanted to make a point because this is actually pretty good. Now, we're going to blame the developers because they didn't try. If anybody knows how to make games for the 3DS, it's Capcom. We all know this. Capcom has been coughing out console-like graphics for the 3DS since day one. Super Street Fighter 4, the 3D edition, was outstanding graphic-wise, and that was a launch title. Now, we're going to go deal with one of these loading screens. So when we talk about that, it's basically saying that the developers did not know how to make an open world game for the 3DS. The 3DS isn't something that everybody knows how to program for and to tap into its real power. So these people ran into problems there. So it's just basically giving the 3DS a bad rep because they're saying the 3DS can't handle it. That's not the case. Now, yes, we still have loading and stuff like that, and it's not really that bad because most people are usually texting. I usually use this as a text break. I'm drinking coffee now, get a sip in. It's just not that bad. People are just bashing this game. Now, my complaints would be, yes, the loading that we just saw. The fog isn't really that bad for me because when you have the 3D on, that looks weird. When you actually have the 3D on, the depth basically pushes all that away. So let's say right here we have that horizon line where the hill is. All that's fog. So when you turn the 3D on, it's actually going to push that further away from you, and it's going to draw your attention to what's already rendered. Now, I mean, yeah, it's a cheap little trick, but you know, you're just complaining. And they're saying that they didn't want to search for everything like you can do on the bottom screen. You hit the button and you get the search. You can actually use the 3DS and move around, or you can just use the analog stick. And they were saying, oh, we didn't want to look for anything because you couldn't see. If you're going to see anything, they're going to tell you. It's going to be a far ways away, and you're still going to be able to see it. Bad example for this particular spot because I just about got everything. But it's still pretty simple to do everything. The game is good itself in general. I like it. I think that it's just a simple game. It's a simple Grand Theft Auto game. You know, the main problems would be the loading. There's no voice acting. I have a problem with the combat myself. I just don't like it. For example, put that away there, buddy. All right, for example, you can punch. Now you can't actually punch though. See, I'm able to punch. This is just to break stuff. In the actual fight, I mean, I understand the concept that he's a cop, but he only does like throws, and you can grab people. You can't hurt the civilians. You can shoot kind of, because he has a grappling hook. You can shoot things to help break it. Can't break those. But you can like break objects with this. You can use the grappling hook on only certain locations. The farmer can pull out a chicken. He can shoot eggs. You can also, you know, lock on to people like that and shoot. But that's all it does. Now, if you hit somebody with the grappling hook, they'll be tied up. If you hit somebody with the eggs, they'll just, you know, be dazed and they'll just fall over. This doesn't do damage. You can't finish off an opponent, and that makes me mad. I do like how each car feels different, drives different. You know, they give you a little different little theme. The game's not as bad as you think fog-wise, because as you see, my car is still there. So you can, like, you know, leave a good distance and come back for your car, like if I were to do a mission or something. Let's see if I drive around a block and see if it's still there. Right, so it's still gonna be there. You know, eventually disappear. Graphically, like when you look around, let me see if I can get the camera going. It's not bad graphically. Yes, there's a big fog, but it's still good for the 3DS. Now, here's the thing. Somebody who did know how to use, you know, make open world games, who has experience with it, would be Activision. You know, they did this wonderful, wonderful open world game for Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man. And I remember I was saying I was upset because of the 3DS version got shortchanged. We got a $30 version, which is the same as this, a $30 version, but this version actually has the open world. Now, I really think that Spider-Man would have looked something like this, because the world, I'm trying to get a good look at the world, it actually isn't Lego-y. It's just regular. It's just a regular world. It looks fine. Now, that shows you that the 3DS is powerful at having an open world. And these are developers that don't know how to use it. Imagine people who actually know what they're doing and know how to make an open world. And actually increase the game size. If you make an open world game on the 3DS and you go up to 4 gigs, you're going to get a way better quality game. You're not going to get, you know, what you see here. There's going to be more rendering, so you're not going to have such fog and supposed frame rate issues. Honestly, the frame rate issues in this game aren't even that big of a deal. There's something that's hardly noticeable. IGN is just bashing it, making it seem like, you know, it's slowing down and lagging. This game actually works. That's the thing. There's a lot to do, and for each mission, there's a ton of animation. Let's actually take care of this mission, just because. Just to show an example. Because I hate to just rant and, you know, not show you examples. Excuse my driving. I drive way better than y'all people on YouTube. I'm just messing around. I got hit by a car. Only certain stuff I like. I only take certain things. Alright, so let's see if I can get over there. This is my favorite vehicle right in front of me. I'm about to park. Take this. So far, this is just my favorite. I don't want to drive anything else but this. And you can only get it in this particular area so far. You can't drive a car back, but the second you do something, you know, like going to a police station like I did. I drove all the way back, went to a police station for something, and my car was gone because you got to load just to go in there. But where did I even go? Just driving. It's basically like if somebody actually knew what they were doing and made an open world game for the 3DS, it would be way better. Like looking at the graphics and just looking at how this is, like let's say that we're not worried about this Lego guy, but we're just looking at the environments, the actual graphical. I mean the actual graphics. I said graphical. It looks nice. This is a great looking game. Now usually you just do the smash and build, pretty much the same thing. You collect these little coins, and each outfit does different things. Like I'm a regular civilian. I bought this, unlocked them. I found the token. Switch over to Chase McCain, so we have a crowbar, so I gotta switch to the robber. And a lot of the stuff is just, you know, there's a little icon, stand over it, switch to the character, do something, and basically bash A. I don't want to say it's too repetitive because it's a lot of different animation. Like for scenes like this, even though there's no voice acting, there's camera work. And wait till I sip the coffee. It's dirty, gonna get a cheap shot. Now here's some lovely gameplay. Now, I'm upset because I can't actually punch people. You know, you can grab them, make an example out of them. Still counter like kind of how Batman is. Toss them around and such. So I only arrest them on slams just because, you know, something good. If it's just like a toss or something like that, I'll just keep it going just to have more fun. So I guess I can put him away. Usually just like to make space, so since he's just a toss, I'll leave him. And this helps it say less repetitive. Something like that. And I always embarrass the last guy. Walk him around a bit, let him know what's happening. Switch over. I usually do this lock or switch him over to attitude adjustment and do a little something. We'll go with the Hurricane Rana. Voice acting for the main missions alone would have just made the game a lot better. That just upsets me that they didn't even think of that, didn't even consider it, at least for the main story missions. I can understand the whole entire thing, you know, like maybe that may have been an issue, which it really wouldn't have. They would have just simply increased the card size and that still wouldn't have been like over the max. I think it's just pure laziness. And just showing that the 3DS got way more, the Wii U version got so much more attention over the 3DS. It was just shortchanged, and it's just people are just taking it in a negative direction, thinking that the 3DS isn't capable of making a good open world game. It's not the case at all. I like it. I think that it could have been better, but for $30, it's not really that bad at all. But you know, this is just a little quick rant for you. I'm Mike2727. Thanks for watching.